back to the Tabletop Tavern Campaign 2, episode 12-ish. My name is Jenny. I will be your dungeon master now and forever, so get used to it. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to allow my beautiful, wonderful, talented players to introduce themselves and also pronoun themselves, which I think is just part of introducing yourself. But you know what? I gotta be specific. I'm gonna allow first up. Fuck.
First up, I allow.
Starting with the fabulous, the talented, the blue dabby doo doo Stacy.
Hi, my name is Stacy. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Rosalie Motley today.
Hey, I'm Pippin. I use they, them, and I'm playing Vesper Thornquill.
Oh, hello. I'm Cam. I use they, them, and I'll be playing Essie Hepper.
Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Fleur Farrow.
Hi, I'm Doe. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Ian Farrow, and everyone seems to be holding up some mysterious notebooks, maybe from Encanto Inc.
That be.
Wow.
Oh, check our description box for more.
We have really good taste.
Oh, hello there. Last episode on the Tabletop Tavern, a lot of stuff happened. The party took a little trip to a toddler's birthday party. Who doesn't love that? Most of the time it would be a great time. Unfortunately, the situation when the party arrived was less than ideal. Luckily, the party members managed to help out the young Carla and place her safely in the custody of Fleur and Ian's parents, but not without a very strange encounter that lost them one party member. The party, now separated between planes, quickly and swiftly contacted Kyle, looking for a way to do some trans-planar travel. I can't believe that plane is trans. Good for them. Kyle hooked them up with a ill-gotten skull of plane shift, which Vesper successfully used. And when we last left off, the entire party had disappeared in a puff of smoke. Now, the party pointed out to me that I did leave Strahd behind last session. We're going to retcon that because that is just a baby kitten. We cannot leave her unattended. So the entire party is mostly together, of course. The exception is Rosalie and Strahd. We're going to pick up, however, with the majority of the party. Pull up the screen here. You all disappear into a bright flash of light. The sort of half-cool, half-warm fall air quickly turns frigid against your skin as your very essences are sucked through what feels like a powerful vacuum through space and time. You cannot hear each other screaming, but you can feel the reverberations of your voices as your bodies are yanked from one plane of existence to the next. When you open your eyes, you are standing in a hovering space atop what looks to be a giant mushroom. This mushroom, however, has no stem as far as you can see. Rather, it is just a top suspended in an empty plain. Around you dance twinkling lights. Before you stands cliffs made of stone that rise from the mushroom's top. And at the very top of it stands a massive archway made of pure, swirling light. To the right and left of this archway, up two sets of steep cliff faces, you can see, small in distance but surely large in size, two heavily armored guards. You can't quite make out what they look like from the distance you are at, but you can definitely see them. They do not speak to you, but the air around you carries a strange smell of both winter mornings and strange, mossy summer afternoons. Welcome to the Feywild.
Fleur kind of goes, "What the hell? Okay. Where do we go?
Ian's gonna kneel down and like thump the ground and like listen to it for a minute, and he's like, do you think this is a big ass mushroom?
I mean,
Fleur just looks at Ian.
we could always like eat it and see if it tastes like mushroom.
That's a terrible idea, Essie. With peace and love.
I think we have some bigger fish to fry than eating giant mushrooms. No offense.
Can I roll
Bigger
perception?
mushrooms to fry.
Yeah.
I want we see cliff faces. Is there like a way to get up? Like, are there stairs?
Yeah,
You
there
can
were
go
two
ahead and roll
sets,
perception.
right?
Oh, I feel like we have to roll perception in order to see those, right? Well, that was shit. That's an 11.
It's okay. It was like a DC 5 because they're clearly
sick.
visible on the map. There are
Cool.
stairs carved into the surface of these rocks. And it's strange because as you look at the rocks, you realize that they look less and less like rocks the longer you stare at them. And more like the sharp, jutting, jagged edges of like a tree stump broken off.
Okay.
But
Well,
they
like, it's-
tower like cliffs above you.
Fleur kind of goes, okay, well, it's like cold and hot here, which is kind of a weird vibe. Okay, before we say anything, listen, we made a big mistake telling that lady our names, okay? And we need to not call each other our names when we're in here, okay?
We need stage names.
Stage names.
Sure, except maybe don't use the one you actually want to register with, Essie, because then you might not be able to use it on the material plane.
That's a really good point, Vesper.
I'm thinking about your career.
Do the Fae think like that? Do you really think so?
I mean,
Well, I guess a stage name when you're like an actress probably becomes a name for you.
Vesper,
That's
if you
true.
want to roll an insight check with advantage, because you've done a lot of reading from that book that you and Rosalie have been sharing, about what kind of rules you might need to follow in the Feywild.
19.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Vesper, with a 19 insight, you recall reading that you should not tell the Fae your names. You should not say your name out loud where a Fae creature might overhear you, and that includes names that maybe aren't your real name, but are names you would respond to. So you're pretty sure that would include like Ian's nickname and Essie's stage name. And you also recall that there's one other rule you should follow in the Feywild.
Yeah.
You know that you and your friends cannot consume anything on this plane. Because if you do, you will not be able to leave.
Oh.
Yeah. Great. As soon as I remember that, it's only been a couple of moments, but I do circle back and I go, speaking of, you should absolutely, under no circumstances, eat the mushroom. In fact, you should not eat or drink anything in the Feywild.
Okay.
All of us.
Cool. Okay.
good to know.
What happens
Okay,
if we do?
So that just leave the mushroom alone.
So I was gonna say that we should go talk to those dudes up there.
Do
But
they
they're-
look like
They look like guards, right?
As far as you can tell, you really haven't gotten
Yeah.
close enough to see.
They're giving me weird energy, and like Vesper, do you think you can do that thing where you can like sense where Rosalie is before we go and talk to them to see if they lie to us?
I can, but it's only for 10 minutes. Like, I can follow that for 10 minutes, but not beyond that.
Okay,
I
well
mean,
let's.
So what if she's 10 minutes, but what if she's farther than 10 minutes away?
And what if it takes us 10 minutes to talk to the guards?
if we're trying to make sure they don't lie to us, I have a spell for that.
Fabulous. Love to hear it. Okay.
I also look around and I point out to Fleur, I'm like, unless you'd rather go over the edges, that's our only option.
No, thank you.
Can Ian walk over to the edge and look down and see
Yeah.
what's up? Perception?
Okay, let's not use our names. Let's just use names of items. What everyone? Okay, so you guys, you keep.
It plummets beneath you. There is nothing below you for miles. You can see drifting what appear to be like lily pads out in space, but there's no water suspending them. They just float.
Can we even see the ground? Or
There's no ground beneath you. It seems to be an infinite fall.
Okay.
Nightmare. Okay. Fleur goes, okay. We should call Essie Star. We'll call
you get to
Ian
pick the
Tree.
nicknames?
I'm sorry, is there a problem with you being nicknamed Tree, Ian?
No, that's
Vesper,
Didn't
roll.
think so.
You rolled a 19, correct?
Yes.
From what you
Inside.
understand, assigning a fake name that the person will respond to counts as a name.
As a name you'd respond to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A code.
Does-
I don't think code names work either.
Okay.
Let's just.
Let's just
that's
not
what
say
pronouns
names.
are for. We can. Just
yeah,
not
let's
use
just
our
not
names.
say names. Okay. I'm just
The
I'm
third
just trying
person.
to have what happened again. Okay. Let's go talk to those people. We'll head up the stairs. I'll lead the way in case they're rude and someone hits us. Because I could take the
because you're scary?
Am I not scary?
Not to a stranger.
Absolutely,
You're
I am.
very small, Fleur.
I am exceptionally intimidating. Thank you very much.
Also, I don't know how I'm gonna not say your name. I see it a lot.
Yeah, you gotta stop. See, I haven't said your name this whole time. You said mine 3.
That's dangerous, Ian.
Mm-hmm.
As the party argues,
and then I go.
as the party argues, we cut to a different part of material. I'm sorry, of the Feywild, Feyplane. Let me transition to here. Rosalie, you and Cami wander through the frigid winds for what feels like hours. You can tell that Cami is beyond exhausted. She stumbles, nearly falls, half a dozen times. You wind up carrying her, basically. She leans heavily against your body, and you both sort of limp haggardly into what appears to be a hole in the side of a large glacier that you happen upon. Within it, you find caves and tunnels of ice. You're not sure where they go, where you are supposed to go from here, but at least there is some shelter from the wind, and perhaps this is what leads you out of wherever it is you are. Cami is breathing so shallowly you can hardly hear her, but she leans her cheek against your shoulder and you can feel her breath tickle your neck. She whispers to you, Rosalie, I am so tired. Can we just take a break for a few minutes?
Yes, Cami. Thank you for being so tough. And Cami, thanks. Let's sit you down first.
And can I roll a perception?
Are you looking around the cave or are you looking
Yeah,
at Cami?
I'm just looking around. I want to look at a comfy spot for Cami.
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll a perception check.
13.
So from where you are, you can see 2 branching pathways, but you can't really see past it. There appears to be a rock wall in the center, but neither seems to lead in any particular direction. It doesn't seem like anywhere is particularly cozy. This is an ice cave. The floors are made of rock, but you can see pretty quickly within it, the walls change to like thick, dark to bright blue slabs of ice.
Okay. Cami, do you want to walk just a little bit further? I think. Yeah.
We can keep going. I can keep going.
Okay. I'm gonna go directly straight, I think, then with Cami.
This way?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna actually kind of go this way because I wanted to see if
This way?
Here. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Uh,
Go for it. Y'all can move over here.
yeah.
So you and Cami head towards an ice wall. It seems like this area kind of dead ends on one side. It sort of looks like there's a tunnel as you approach, but then you see that there's just kind of a hollow in the ice that sort of curves back around to the rest of the ice cave. But it's definitely sheltered from the wind here. There's none of that kind of blowing snow flurries, so you do get like a good look at each other for the first time since you arrived. Cami looks absolutely exhausted. You're welcome to a medicine check if you want to get like good vibes, not good vibes, but vibes on like how she's doing.
5 check.
15.
All right, 15. Let me just pull this up fast. So with a 15 medical check, the first thing that you notice is that she has these like dark kind of purple blue bruises under her eyes. It looks like she hasn't slept in a long time. Her hair is frozen around the edges, and you imagine that yours is too. It's just so bitterly cold here. The tips of her fingers are blue from ice and cold, and she's barely even like as you set her down. It seems like even the effect of sitting is difficult for her. From a like mechanics perspective, basically what you are seeing is someone who has hit the 5th level of exhaustion, and if you were not carrying her, would not be able to.
Okay. I'm just gonna put her down then, right in the area that doesn't have the ice slabs.
Okay.
I will put the blanket that's wrapped around her, and kind of try to make a little bed, like a little sleeping bag.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's okay, Cami. You're at least not alone now. You really deserve some sleep.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
I'll look around a little bit to see if we can find a better place to like camp out. Cami, before you go to sleep, thanks for sending that text.
Did Fleur get it? Was she able to read it?
I'm gonna have a look right now.
I don't know if she was able to read it, but it gave a lot of hope. It reminded us that you were still here, and you're still fighting.
I'm glad she got it. I hope she read it.
It's okay. It's okay.
She kind of lies back, and you see in her hand is her cell phone as she sets her head on your lap and falls asleep almost immediately.
Okay. Can I, like kind of shimmy away?
Yeah.
And I will try to. I guess I have my sending stone too, but I'll send a text from my sending stone to the party because I do remember that time. And even if it's a blank message.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shot.
What do you want to send?
I just want to say, found Cami. Hope to see you soon.
Roll a D100
And then-
for me.
Okay. And I also want to write a little heart, but with two threes.
Okay.
D100. $100.
No, you did not.
We don't know if that's good or not.
It was good when I rolled the 94. Oh.
I can count on one hand the number of times I've seen that happen.
I'm so proud of you.
I need you to know you
I'm
needed
so
a
proud.
90 for anything to deliver, to even get a blank bubble.
Yeah.
With a 94.
No, I got the 94. She got 100.
I'm sorry, with 100, a 94 gets you a blank bubble. A 95 or higher gets you 3 numbers, or 3 letters. A 100 gets you 7.
7 letters?
Yes. Including, like, the heart is 3 letters. 'Cause it's
Okay.
3 symbols.
Big characters.
Help. Heart with
I
two
think
threes.
I'm just gonna write Cami heart with 2 threes.
Alright, who do you send this to?
I'll send this to my roomie.
All right. You send that text message, and we are going to hop back to the rest of the party. Perfect transition, Stacy. 10 out of 10.
So I feel like we've started walking up the stairs by this point.
Perfect. Go ahead and move yourselves to reflect that if you would.
Cool. I will have taken the time to cast Mage Armor.
Sounds perfect.
As I am distrustful.
Mage armor.
All right. So
Actually, you know what? I think we'd be a little further.
Yeah, let's put you guys like maybe right there.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you guys are gonna be able to sneak by them.
Yeah. No. Not even gonna try.
All right. You all approach and you see, dressed in heavy armor with dark blue capes flowing from their back, 2 elves. They sort of remind you of the Eladrin that you battled earlier, but these elves have a blue tint to their skin, long white hair, bright blue eyes, and as they exhale, you can see puffs of breath on the air. As you approach, I need you all to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is it against magic, by the way?
Yes, and if
That's
you
bad.
have advantage against charm effects, you can roll with advantage.
Yeah, I got a 6. I'd have to be raging to have advantage.
All right, so you got a 17, 6. Esther got a 17, and Ian got a 16. Fleur, as you approach, you are overcome with profound sorrow.
Okay.
You cannot stop thinking about Cami.
Yeah.
About how Rosalie is somewhere and you don't know where she is, and you lost Cami already, and you are going to lose a second friend in such a short time. You can't stop thinking about how you couldn't protect them.
Mm-hmm.
How you
That's
couldn't
right.
do anything to change this. How Ian is caught up in all of this, and now you've dragged the 2 other people you care about into this mess. Hell, you dragged Kyle into this. You dragged your mom into this. At least your dad had a choice, but the rest of you, you are just feeling this profound sorrow as Essie. Your phone.
Immediately look at my phone. And
You see the text message from Rosalie that says Cami with a heart with 2 threes.
What?
guys,
What?
Look!
What?
and I show everyone my phone.
Fleur,
Yeah.
your sadness takes on a new form as you realize you couldn't even be the one to save Cami after you protect her.
Mm-hmm. Where goes is Essie saying?
Rosalie must be with Cami.
Be with Cami.
That's
Wait,
good.
text her
Okay.
back. Can you ask her where she is?
Yeah, I can try. I'll text back. Where are you?
D100. At this point, the elves by the gate have caught sight of you.
Fleur turns to them and says, "Hello." Do they speak common?
Yeah. I'll follow up,
Is this Elvish or Sylvan?
This is Sylvan.
Sylvan.
Does Ian
Can we
catch what
roll
they're
to see
saying?
if we understand it? I
Yeah.
bet Ian does.
Ian, you understand them. Essie, I believe you're
I'm fluent.
fluent in Sylvan,
And I can
and you
roll
can
for it, I
kind of
believe.
understand it. Yeah, you can roll for it. So
I got it. It's
Ian,
in.
Essie, and Vesper. You understand
Yeah,
this.
I understand it.
Fleur, you don't catch a word of what the fuck's going on.
That's cool.
What business have you in the plane of fairies, travelers?
Fleur goes, "I don't know what the hell they're saying, but like, tell them we're going to the Winter Court or wherever we have to go. I guess maybe."
Yeah, they're asking why we're here.
Sick. What a good guess.
We're looking
We
for.
seek out a friend who has been transported here.
We suspect they're in the Winter Court, and he like kind of raises an eyebrow, making sure that that's what Florida just said.
Vesper, persuasion check.
Can I ask like a weird, not super relevant in this moment, but still a question I would like answered?
Yes.
What does Ian's birthmark look like
19.
today?
You'll have to check.
Vesper.
Vesper is a 19. Let me quick roll. to... Sorry, I have to get the stats out for this. The elf looks at you and kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, "Do you have an invitation from the Queen of Darkness?"
Ian looks at Vesper and Essie.
Yeah.
The Queen of Darkness expects us.
Essie, deception check.
Technically not wrong, though.
Is it deception?
Technically, it's not wrong because she
I will
does.
let you roll either deception or performance.
That was some very, very slick wording from one Essie.
Very quick on their feet. We love it.
I know what I'm doing. 19,
Oh.
baby.
To roll another d20. This elf kind of narrows their eyes at you a little bit more and goes, "She expects you?"
Would you dare question your queen?
Of course, no. No.
So good.
The Queen's judgment is infallible as the snows. We will open the gate to you, but we do require your assurance. Under pain of death, that you are not here on behalf of work for the Deathless Secret.
You have it, considering none of us have heard of the Deathless Secret before.
Can we roll like wisdom or arcana to see if we have
Be a history check.
a history check?
I'll pop a history.
Fleur isn't even trying. She's literally just like mindlessly scratching Aspen's head, like,
Okay, Vesper!
28.
a nat 20?
That's a nat 20. That's 28. Forget what I just said, Mr. Guard.
Sir?
I would not like to deceive you.
I misspoke.
I didn't.
Just said.
The moment Vesper's like, Deathless Seeker, and it all floods.
It's like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Vesper, you know that the Queen of Darkness had 2 legitimate children. The Prince of Darkness, who was banished from the kingdom, and the Ring of the Deathless Seeker. I'm sorry, the Deathless Seeker. The Ring of the Deathless Seeker is a druid circle. The Deathless Seeker, better known as the Seeker of 3 Crowns. The Princess Nintra Ciara. She too was banished alongside her brother when she and her brother hatched a plan to take the crowns of all 3 fairy courts
Oh, okay.
and rule the Feywild as one.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Cool. Then in that case, I look to my companions, and I look back at the guards and I go, we owe no allegiance to the Deathless Secret.
The guard nods, looks to their companion, nods to you all as well, and the 2 of them begin to push open strange, glowing gates. From behind them, you see a flash of summer light, of beautiful forests, of thick, lush greenery that then snaps away, giving way to cold, desolate plains of snow. The door opens, and you see in front of the walls of a castle, high and mighty parapets of frozen ice rising above a tundra of swirling, wintry blizzard conditions. You pass through the gates.
Lovely.
All right. Well, okay. I mean, I watched a lot of movies when I was a kid. Ian can attest to that. Prisoners are usually kept in dungeons.
So, do you guys pass through the gates?
Oh,
Yes,
sorry. I
yes,
thought you
yes,
said we
yes.
did.
Yeah.
No, do you pass through the gates?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so you pass through the gates. You find yourselves outside of a seldom used gate on a ridge of ice and snow. This appears to be an old entrance to the castle. The castle itself, you realize, is slightly dilapidated. In fact, there is almost what appears to be a hole blown in this part of the wall. There are torches lit, but they appear to be ever-burning flames. No one has tended to them in some time. They simply are here. As you stare up at this giant, menacing castle, we change back to our dear friend Rosalie. Rosalie, you find yourself again in this ice cavern. Along the walls, you notice, are almost like manacles and chain links. It seems to you that this is in fact a dungeon of some kind, though one made of the natural stone and caverns of the earth. Cami is still asleep on the ground next to you, but she appears to be having nightmares, and sits up, sweating, and goes, I can't sleep here. I can't sleep here. We should keep going.
Do you think there'll be anybody here?
And I'm assuming with those chain links too, there's probably some old cuffs and stuff too, right?
Yes, there's manacles, so there's like rusted out cuffs on the wall. It doesn't look like there's been anyone here in quite some time. But you're welcome to roll like a perception check if you want to be checking specifically people.
Yeah, I kind of just want to do a perception check to see if there's any like footprints or bones or how long it's been.
What is
13.
that? 13. You don't see anything specific, but you hear a strange chittering noise.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Cami, would you like a piggyback?
I can stand. I can stand.
You don't have to stand.
I can stand. Just let me lean on you.
Okay.
And I'll get adjusted, get Cami on my shoulders, and which direction is the chittering coming from?
This way.
Okay. And
You can hear it echoing off the walls as if there is further passage this way.
okay.
Cami, do you hear that?
Hear what?
Okay. I think because I have someone dearly exhausted with me, I'm going to actually move away from the chittering.
Okay.
And so the closest direction, I do not want to come where we came from, so here.
All right, go for it.
Oh yeah, I don't know how far we can move, so.
You are welcome to move as far as you want, honestly.
Oh, then we'll just keep walking as far as away from the chittering as I can.
Okay, so you
Go.
continue to move away from the chittering. As you do, you round the corner into like a larger section of the cavern. There are these like towering pillars of ice, and you see in the corner a strange little creature staring at you. It's maybe 2 feet tall, long, pointed ears, blue skin, an impish little face. And it says something to you in Sylvan, but speaks so quickly, you can't tell what it says.
Excuse me? Okay. Excuse me.
It darts past you, seemingly like unbothered by your speaking, so quickly you can't even make out its movement, and disappears through a hole in the wall.
Can I follow it to that hole and cast a light?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I cast light.
There appears to be like a tiny little tunnel here that creatures that are only very small can get through on foot. You could potentially crawl through, but it would be very difficult to move Cami through.
Okay,
She's
understood.
sick.
That's fair. I'll keep that as a mental note. With that note, though, I will try to huddle Cami over to the other chittering now that I'm a little less frightened.
Okay, so you go back this way.
Yeah.
Okay. You and Cami move this way, and as you come around the corner, you see more of these little blue creatures that... These ones don't even acknowledge you, they just dart past you into similar tunnels throughout the walls of this cavern.
Wait, excuse me.
They dart past you in a bright blur. You can feel Cami shivering against you. You get the feeling that if you do not move quickly through the rest of this cavern and hopefully find a way out, you will soon be out of time.
Okay. What's to my left and what's to my right now that I've seen?
To your left, you see another one of those kind of dead ends that sort of hollows out into a strange circle in the ice. To the right, you see a cavern that appears to be almost like dimly lit, coming off of a tunnel.
Okay. Next to that tunnel, that little thing ran into?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over there, and I'm also gonna cast light. Also, probably I'll turn eventually.
All right, so you move through into a cavern. In the center is a large statue. It looks... Yes, what's up?
Oh, no. This is my light.
Oh, perfect. It looks forgotten. It appears to be of a woman. You want to roll a religion check?
Yes. 9.
This is a god of some kind. It's not a god you are familiar with. She has long hair. She's notably nude, which you know, like quite a few of the older, more ancient gods were. But her body is tied with these like strange red strings that flutter in the breeze of the cavern. Would you like to roll an insight check?
Yes. Can I roll an insight with Strahd's help?
Yeah, absolutely. Strahd, by the way, is fully like, she's crawled out of your bag and into the front of your shirt. And you just seem like the kind of person who would wear a shelf bra in the early 2000s, so she has like curled up in the middle of your shelf bra to get as close to your body heat as possible.
Okay, that's fair. 11.
I'm going to roll a quick Arcana check for someone who's not here. If you could give just a minute. 16 to a natural fucking 20. You hear a voice ahead. It speaks like a memory to you. It's your mother's voice. Through the lady, all things are possible, Rosalie. Simply ask her for help when you need it most. She will be there to light the way.
Mr.
You said there's some red strings. Are those like actual strings on her?
Yeah, they appear to be tied on by someone.
Okay, I'm gonna grab one of those strings and just like break it off a little bit and make it into like a little knot. And I'm gonna put it in front of this statue and light it with that matchbox I have.
Perfect.
And kind of say, look at Cami, and I'm like, I don't know if you're religious, Cami, but I think all help might be not good help at the moment.
Okay.
If you want to join me.
Okay. She kind of collapses on the floor next to you in like a semblance of kneeling, but is clearly too tired to kneel, and presses her head against the floor. And as she does, you realize that you've been walking a very long time, carrying someone. You two are very tired. I'm going to need you to take a roll of d4, 2 levels of exhaustion.
Brutality.
1. Okay, so 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah.
How do I add that?
It's under
The effects.
conditions
Oh, I see it.
and
I see it.
effects. So you're going to click exhaustion, and then you're going to click 2.
Wait, I don't see
Which
it.
halves your speed.
It's under conditions,
Yeah, conditions
Conditions.
on your character sheet.
and then it'll be at the bottom.
Oh, I
and
see
it'll
it.
say all
My
levels.
bad.
There you
My
go.
roll
And so
was
you'll click on
hiding
the
it.
level of
Yeah, my rolls were hiding it. Might be.
Perfect. So you light it. Do you say a prayer?
I do say a prayer. With a little Strahd next to me and Cami next to me. Yeah. I'll just kind of whisper, in the name of the lady, love is there.
All right.
And while I'm also holding, I'll probably also hold my. I'm thinking of my friends right now, and so
All right, so you are holding your own amulet. You pray to the lady. You close your eyes and you put all of your love for your friends, for Strahd, for your mother who taught you the ways of this faith into your prayer. For you, the lady has always been not about blind faith, not about forcing what you believe on other people, but instead about love. Your mother has always taught you that love is the guiding light the lady gives us. And as you believe that as truly and deeply as you possibly can, you open your eyes to a tiny glowing ball of light that drifts from the heart of this statue and hovers in front of it. It hovers there for a moment, and then begins to proceed further down the way, as if back.
Cami, we gotta go.
Okay.
We gotta go. I think I have some hope for us.
Alright, and Rosalie's gonna wipe some tears because she's gotta be a big girl right now. Alright, come on, Cami.
Okay. You pick up Cami, and you begin to carry her down the hallway. You follow this tiny ball of light to an open plain. The cavern opens up, trends upwards, and you find yourself strangely in a room that feels like material plane, as if there's a sky above you and no walls around you, but you can see your reflection in this strange, shimmering ice. You find yourself on this plane that I need to shift to. I don't actually have your character on here because it's not really a map. This is more of a visual reference for you. Around you, as if temple columns surround you, are these giant jutting stones of ice. This tiny ball of light begins to glow brighter and brighter. And hang on, sorry. It grows and grows and becomes taller and wider and stronger until it resembles the shape of a... Standing before you is your goddess, dressed in a red dress, long dark hair held back by a circlet of obsidian, smiling at you softly with nothing but love in her eyes, love and sorrow and seemingly regret. Vic, I'm gonna throw you a little bit of a curveball here.
Okay.
Do you think you could do some divine intervention here?
Yeah. Can I be Leon,
As
please?
Leon.
Of course I can be Leon. Okay. Oh, what was... Okay.
It was such a change.
Leon looks to Rosalie and says, "My dear sweet Rosalie, don't cry, don't cry." And can I touch her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You touch her, yes? Rosalie,
Yeah.
you resolve one level of exhaustion as your goddess's hand brushes your face and you feel warmth radiate through your body.
I wipe her tear and I say, your love for everyone brought me to you. Time, I've lived a lot of it. And it has taught me so much about love, my sweet Rosalie.
I'm sorry. Can you help my friends?
Of course. I'm gonna help you help your friends.
I can't help much, but because of you I can. And you're here.
You are stronger than you know.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bring Cami closer to Leon, my lady.
Yeah. Leon takes her other hand and places it on the side of Cami's face.
So, the effect that this has isn't necessarily the same exhaustion
Tangible.
resolution that you had, but rather you can feel like divine energy pulsing through Cami and stabilizing her to an effect. You can tell that she won't be ready to fight for some time, but that her life is no longer in danger. You don't need to worry about losing her here in the Feywild. You can tell that the goddess's light will carry her through this plane.
And Fleur lets go and looks back to, or not Fleur, Leon lets go and looks back to Rosalie and says, Rosalie, you are underestimating yourself. I loved someone so much, and I was willing to do anything to save him. And I know that you have that in you as well. My love for Marius is the same as the love you have for so many. Your heart is so big. And for that, I want to give you this. And she doesn't have to unclasp because she's a goddess. She just kind of takes her amulet, her gold necklace with a red gemstone in it, and she hands it to Rosalie.
It's beautiful. What's it? Should I? And Rosalie's gonna take off her amulet and kind of trade it.
Rosalie, you move to hand your amulet to your goddess, and as you look up, her image fades back into a bright, glowing light. She disappears from view. In your hand is your amulet, but around your neck sits a different kind. It's a solid red gemstone with an uneven cut face that hangs from a gold chain around your neck. It's held in place by crisscrossing gold wire. Looking down and into the gem, you can see your reflection, but it's licked by sort of these gentle flames. Around the goddess's neck, it burned brightly and almost angrily with passion, but on yours, it's more of kind of the embers of a slow dying fire on a cold night, surrounding the reflection of the wearer, keeping them warm. You can feel pulsating from it a divine power. I'm going to go into your character sheet. It attunes to you automatically. Would you like to know what this does, just mechanically?
Yes, I would.
All right. This is the Amulet of Her Lady's Grace. It is a quite powerful, legendary magical item that grants you advantage on all wisdom-based checks, as well as gives you a couple of particularly potent magical effects. The first being, let me just open this up, you are now capable of speaking Celestial. You can speak to celestial beings as long as this item is attuned to you. You also, while this item is attuned to you, are able to make use of the Warcaster feat, meaning that you are able to cast spells while holding a shield.
Nice.
Furthermore, this amulet is capable of casting certain spells a limited number of times per long rest. Once per long rest, you can use this amulet to consume an action to cast Holy Aura without using a spell slot. Once per long rest, you may use this amulet, consuming an action, to cast Divine Word, consuming a spell slot.
Consuming a spell slot?
Not consuming a spell slot.
Okay.
And once per long rest, you can cast a 9th level Mass Heal without consuming a spell slot. This is a reflection of the goddess's love for you and her belief in her love for others.
I'm still high-key Leon, but that's just kind of tight.
That's just tight! The lady is beautiful. Her love is beautiful.
Listen, I was there.
It's done a lot of growing.
That wasn't her favorite 9th level spell.
I only used one.
Rosalie, you stand on this frozen plain as you watch as this tiny ball of light drifts away, beckoning you once more into a different tunnel, different cave system across the plain. Do you follow it?
I do follow it with Cami.
You follow it with Cami, and you can feel that although Cami is still very tired, she doesn't weigh on you quite as heavily. It's not as if she is walking under her own strength, but almost as if someone else, high above you, is lifting her.
On the other side?
Making it easier to carry her. Now we return to the rest of the party. You stand at the castle entrance. You stare up at walls of stone and ice, and in front of you, you see this sort of hole blown to the side of the castle. What do you do?
Okay.
I mean, looks like we gotta go that way.
Yeah, but like, how are we gonna find Rosalie?
Vesper?
Yeah, I was like, I'll look to everyone and be like, do you want me to try the spell again? And we'll see if we get there in time with just one spell slot.
We could do that, but that's I was just
Macbeth.
thinking.
Macbeth is barking at you. Specifically, you, Vesper. Macbeth has walked up to you and is probably like at most 8 inches shorter than you and has stuck his nose up against your neck and is barking at you directly in your ear.
I'll scratch behind his ear practically, just try to get a look at his face. I felt like I can talk to him.
Bess, come on, he's asking for more attention than that. He commands the stage.
He licks your face, and his slobber is really cold in the frigid air, and then takes off in a dead sprint down the road and into the castle walls. Ian, roll an animal handling check.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
Because Macbeth isn't small, so...
It's a dirty 20.
Ooh, beauty.
Aspen looks at you, sits, stares up at you until you notice him, stands, and points in the direction that Macbeth has run off to.
Ian just kind of chuckles and he's like, yeah, I kind of got that, Aspen. And then like gives him a scratch behind the ears and says, off we go.
Cool, yeah.
I'm assuming the dogs think they're that way.
Yeah, the dogs think they're that way.
Yeah.
I say we trust them.
Yeah. And if we don't, we're doing it anyways.
And
Because what are
Vesper-
we gonna do? Leave Macbeth?
Based off of those insight checks, you do know that blink dogs are particularly adept at tracking things on the Fey plane. So you assume that Macbeth has at least some idea.
Has some idea of where we're going, yeah.
Yeah. You find yourselves in a strange castle. The room that you are in is full of pillars. It appears to be some kind of maybe storage room. It seems like you're on a lower level of the castle, which would make sense. As far as you know, throne rooms tend to be up high so that leaders can overlook their lands. This seems to be more like administrative areas. There's a couple desks pushed up against the wall. You can see like a few copper coins on the ground, suggesting that maybe taxes have been stored here in the past. But now it's just an empty room in a castle that is slowly falling apart. You can hear the wind whistling through the hallways of this place. What do you do?
Really mundane.
Is
Like-
there only just the one pathway that I'm seeing out of the room?
Yes. So you can go this way.
Mm-hmm.
You could go this way.
There's a door there?
Yes, there is a door here. There's a door to your left and an open pathway to your right.
Can I signal to Aspen to maybe pick up on Macbeth's scent or to kind of guide us?
Roll animal hand.
All right, I can do that.
And then I think Fleur's gonna poke her head in here just to see what she can see.
That sounds good. All right, we're gonna start with the animal handling. 15. Aspen kind of is sniffing around. It seems like he's looking for the scent, but it also seems like he's kind of off-put by the myriad of new smells in the Fey plane.
Okay.
Fleur, you open that door. The first thing you see are piles of gold coins scattered across the floor. It seems to you that this room is meant to be locked. There is a broken, rusted gold lock on this door that someone has clearly jimmied open and then sort of halfway forgot about. In front of you, you can see a table, almost a desk of sorts, on top of which is a assortment of strange items. Can I have you roll a perception check?
15.
Fleur, the items here are a little odd and mismatched, but two things catch your eye.
Mm-hmm.
The first is on the table among rusted daggers and odd loose scraps of paper covered in writing you can't understand. A broken plate with some kind of frozen, strange food you don't recognize on it is a great axe. Rusted, old, ancient by all accounts, but beneath the rust you can see the gleaming of pure silver and strange golden dapple light.
Fleur goes, hey,
What?
come in here.
Ian walks over.
I go after Fleur, yeah.
And she steps in towards the great axe.
Con saving throw.
Con?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's if you had a choice.
I figured it was coming. It's only a 10.
Okay,
I'm rolling like shit today.
Let me roll a couple,
I'm getting a little bit of damage, I think. I think I'm
But
taking a
at least let
wee
me
bit
try,
of damage, everyone. No, I figured there would be a trap.
You take-
brand?
13 piercing damage.
Okay, Fleur's
As,
just too
like,
stupid to look for a trap.
An
so.
icicle drops from the ceiling, and you kind of swerve to avoid it, and it catches and tears through, like, the one exposed part of your armor.
Ow!
You have got to be more
Jesus!
careful.
It's
Oh
fine.
my god.
It's
a homemade
whatever.
icicle.
Look at this. And Fleur picks up the great axe.
Fleur, you pick up the great axe, and the first thing you notice is it is warm to the touch. Not unpleasant, not hot, not burning, just warm. Like a warm patch of grass on a summer's day. It cuts through the cold of this place, actually, and makes you feel comfortable for the first time since you stepped onto this plane. Something about this feels inherently good to you. This axe feels good.
So it goes, this... It's warm.
Kind of weird that you conveniently find a great axe as soon as we walk into this castle, huh?
I think it's pretty cool of me. Maybe it called to me. I don't know. It's really cool. I think I should keep this. Are there any rules about me taking things from the Fey plane, or is it just eating things?
Ian looks the best.
Not as far as I know.
Vesper,
Just
you know
the-
that there aren't rules about taking things, but the people should probably know what it is that they're taking.
Yeah, it's like not specifically, but I think we'd be remiss not to at least investigate it a bit more before we take it out of the plane at the very least.
Fleur kind of like starts trying to clean off some of that dust and rust and...
It's just I can identify on it.
Please.
Or hold
okay.
it out.
Okay, I'm like I can only the next time I do this it's gonna take 10 minutes, so I'm just making sure you okay. I take it and it's like drops to the floor. I'm just
You
like,
absolutely
really
cannot pick it up. You find
yeah,
that
it's like you yeah.
you think that probably only Fleur could pick this up. Is
Yeah.
strong enough to pick this up.
Yeah, I go, wait. And it falls on top of my toes.
Sorry,
Oh.
sometimes I forget.
Maybe
It's
just
just
go
that
put
I'm-
it somewhere that Bess can focus.
Yeah.
Fleur picks it up and places it on the ground.
Cool. I crouch down, I look at it, I flip open to the page, and I start casting Identify on it.
As you cast Identify, Fleur, you were reminded that you noticed something else odd.
Oh. Wait, hold that thought.
Leaning against the corner,
Okay.
so out of place, is a gleaming, polished, perfect, except for a large crack down the center, violin. As you stare at it, Essie, roll a perception check.
Fleur screams for Essie in that moment.
I'm right here.
Yo, Essie!
Okay, this room is bizarre. There's
You
a
can
great
hear-
I slap
Let me meet my
Fleur
call
real
sign.
quick, and I go, names.
You should scream it pretty loud too.
No one's here.
Essie,
Yeah, you don't know that.
with a 20, you hear beautiful, haunting melody on the wind. And you realize it's coming from this violin in the corner.
Do I recognize the melody at all?
It's the lullaby.
Fuck yeah, I'm picking it up.
The Sylvan one about going home.
Yes. As you pick it up, it begins to glow and change in your hands. Vesper, you cast Identify on this great axe. And you realize this is the favored weapon of King Oberon of the Summer Court. This weapon has long been thought lost to time, or to the war that took its last master's life. It pulsates with a soft, shining light, and the hilt is warm to the touch. As you cast Identify, the rust begins to fall away, and you see that the blade of the axe is gleaming and bright, while the hilt is wrapped in a soft, beautiful leather embroidered with scenes of summer and magic. Mechanically,
So cool.
this has a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. For the purpose of overcoming resistance, all attacks made with this weapon count as magical.
Oh my god.
On a hit, this weapon deals an extra 4d6 fire damage and 1d6 radiant damage to its target.
4d6.
Oh my god.
Also, I'm gonna just flip to equip and attune this to you, Fleur, real fast.
Screaming, crying. This is so awesome. Wait.
It does a little bit more. If this will let me click on it.
No, live Moss, gamers. Live Moss.
Live Moss, gamers.
You're so
Once-
sexy, Jenny.
Yeah.
Once per
This is-
long rest,
Very sexy of you.
because I felt that, Vic, you've been missing out on your spells. I know that you missed them.
Uh-huh.
Once per long rest, this weapon, which is called Litha's Fury,
Oh my god.
can cast Fireball at 7th level.
I'm home.
Of course it's Fireball.
Delicious. Look at
Oh.
Yeah,
This-
this is everything I've ever
so
wanted.
this does magic damage, and once per long rest, the wielder may expend an action to cast Fireball at 7th level without consuming any spell slots, regardless of the wielder's innate arcane ability.
Delicious.
7th level too. Damn.
Incredible, iconic.
Essie, you pick up this vial.
Oh, that's so cool.
It glows with arcane energy, and in your hands, its form transforms. It changes from a classical, beautiful violin to a ukulele, covered in stickers, the frets of which appear to be painted gold a little messily with what looks like nail polish. As you
That's
pick
so
it up,
on brand.
you hear in your head a voice. Hey, Biddy, are you my new master? Are we gonna make some sick music together?
Why does it sound like this?
Hi, I'm Essie Hepburn.
Oh, what's up, man?
Oh my god.
You know what? I'll take it. Sorry, who are you?
Oh, sick question. Sick question. My name's Hursum. I've been trapped in this for like 2 millennia.
Ursa?
Hursum. Yeah, I used to be one of the Archfey. My dad died in the war, and I got stuck in here, but it's okay. It's okay. I just I kind of miss making music. Wanna make music together?
Yeah, we can totally collaborate.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, in that case, I'm yours. Let me know if you ever need anything, but honestly, you can just use this vessel of mine how you see fit.
Wait. Quick question. So you've been here for like 2 millennia, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Have you just been sitting here for 2 millennia, or have you had a bunch of masters, or
Oh, no, I've just been singing to myself, hanging out, practicing my type 5. You know how it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Stand-up comedian now too.
So, you have no idea, like, what's going on in the outside world or anything?
Oh no, I've been pretty involved with my art, honestly. I've been in this little tiny room, hanging out. I'm honestly, I'm a little bit bored. But, again, just more time to hone my craft, you know?
Totally feel you, totally feel
So, your name is what? My name's Hursum. I promise you I can't get out of this fiddle and, like, trap you into any kind of contract. Honestly, it wasn't my deal to begin with. I was a satyr. We're not really fairies, we just kind of... I got archfey because of, like, my dad, but I don't really do trickster stuff. We just kind of like to... I like to whine. Oh, I miss wine.
Can the rest of us hear this, or is this in Essie's head?
No, you're just watching Essie talk to herself.
Wait, you like Pinky Promise?
I like... What's a pinky promise?
I feel like
It's a
Essie probably
contract.
puts their finger up, and we're just like,
Around the fretboard.
Yeah.
Like, won't do anything weird?
Oh, no, I mean, no, I mean, I feel like you and I could make some, like, truly weird shit together, but in a cool artistic way, not in like a my mom kind of way, you know?
Oh.
Oh, my mom? Yeah, it's Titania, it's whatever, she sucks.
Oh!
Like, queen of the summer court with the whole fairy thing. Again, I'm not really down with the fairies. She was kind of mad at me, it's like, I always thought the elves and the humans and the satyrs were, like, really kind of pretty cool.
I know about those mom struggles.
Yeah, she was always so hard on me, you know, and it was like, that's not your dream, Mom. That's not my dream, that's your dream. I just want to make art, like, chill. And she was all like, you gotta be a war guy like your dad and kill stuff. And it's like, I just want to vibe. Like, I just want to pursue what makes me happy.
Yeah. I think we'll get along.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, I'm Essie Hepburn.
Nice to meet you,
You're
Essie
extraordinaire. I'm
yeah.
kind of a big deal back on the material plane.
You're from
No
the material
fresh.
plane? Does that mean I'll get to see the material plane? How much does it change in the last 2,000 years?
Well, I haven't been around for 2,000 years, so I don't really
But you're an
know, but,
elf.
like, the set design is definitely
You're an
definitely
elf.
different.
You know that you're immortal here, right? As long as you're here, you can never get older, right? You get that, right?
Wait, what?
You're an elf. This is your plane of origin. As long as you're native to it, you can't age.
But I'm not 56 yet.
oh,
As long as I'm here, I don't want to be under drinking age forever.
They have a drinking age now? Oh, that's fucked up. Vesper, you finished casting Identify on this item, and you can see Essie talking to what appears to be a ukulele.
Uh-huh.
are we
go-
worried about this?
Are you all right?
You introducing yourself to an
Essie?
instrument.
What is going on?
So, this is my new friend.
Tell them I say
ukulele.
sup.
Hirsum says sup.
Are you telling me
Hear who?
the ukulele's talking to you? Is that what you're saying right now?
Does your axe talk to you too?
No, the axe doesn't talk to me.
Well, maybe if you opened up a little bit more.
Okay,
Then your
We
axe
should-
would talk to you.
yeah. You know what, Essie? Totally right. We should go.
Probably.
Is there anything else in here
Vesper.
before we go?
You cast a, like, quick version of Identify, right?
That's the one I did for the blade. I can cast it normally as a ritual, but it'll take 11 minutes.
If you want to cast it quickly, I'll let you do it with an Arcana check of 15.
Okay, I'll try.
Ooh, pop off.
Well, we gotta find out what it does.
Oh, yeah.
14.
No.
So close.
Can I give it a help action?
How would you do that? Like, maybe
I'm like,
Essie.
no,
Essie-
you
Essie-
got this.
Essie is with me in practical casting.
Essie can give you the help action. Blur
I
cannot.
will. I will give you
I
that.
was like, just because you got your spell casting back, she's not me.
Something very
21.
cash money about me is that I'll always try.
So, with a 21 Vesper,
Mhm.
this is Hirsum's fiddle. Apparently, from what you can tell, this is actually the vessel of Hirsam's soul. You think that if he is expelled from it, he will vanish forever from all planes, and so it's better to keep him in there. But this is a huge arcane revelation because Hirsam is thought dead in the last great war of Fairy. This instrument was once Hirsam's preferred manner of portraying his bardic talents. Since the fall of its owner, it has longed more than anything to be played. Both Hirsam himself and the violin, which was magic in its time, have longed for any player, regardless of ability, to make music on its strings once more. In the hands of a spirited performer, this instrument takes on the form best suited to its player. And in the hands of a young, unsure high elf, it would only make sense for it to take the form of a trendy but nonetheless slightly nerdy. This grants a series of benefits to whoever attunes to it. The first being an expertise in the lute, allowing you to play the ukulele with expertise. You also have resistance to psychic damage. It gives you the feat Spell Sniper, advantage on charisma ability checks, and a +4 bonus to charisma ability checks. Furthermore, once per long rest, you are able to cast Libness by consuming an action slot. Furthermore, once per long rest, you may cast the spell Fear by utilizing an action without consuming the spell slot. That is a 9th level spell.
That's sick.
I relay all this to Essie, and I hand it back very gingerly, and I go, I think you'll make a good team.
Wait. Is Essie actually talking to something?
Yes, they're talking to Hirsam. His soul is tied to it, Ian. Ow. And I hit myself. I fully face palm.
Hirsam in your head, Essie goes, if I was my mom, you guys would be in so much trouble.
Well, I'm not gonna tell them that. That'll freak them out.
That's
What'll freak us out? What'll freak us out?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I expect that we're not doing as great as we should be with names.
Oh shit, sorry.
Yeah. We should really recenter ourselves and just...
And we should find our friends.
And wait, before we go, and Ian digs in his bag and pulls out a Walter's Wasp lip balm and chunks it at Fleur. And it's for the,
How much health do I get back for that?
You can roll 1d12 plus 2.
Okay.
Walter's
before we go
Sweet.
further,
That's 10.
Yes.
I'm gonna pop up a inspiring leader.
Okay.
While we're going.
Yeah, you can give
Are
a
you gonna
speech
play your
as
new-
you walk.
Yeah,
I feel like
Play
as
your
we're
new-
walking, you're ukuleleing. You're doing
Do I whip
the
out my
singing in
ukulele?
cursive.
Oh my god.
So I whipped out my ukulele.
Whip it out.
So you're playing the ukulele. Aspen at this point has definitely caught the scent of Macbeth and leads you all down this hallway, up a flight of stairs, out a door to a terrace, back into the castle.
What the fuck is this place?
Go.
Very very
He is just full on just doing the happy dog walk where they can't really be asked, but you're all just following him as he kind of meanders down the hallway. And into what appears to be a library. Aspen looks confused, like maybe he's made a wrong turn, but you can see that the walls are lined with books, and in the center of the room is a desk. On this desk sits ancient quills, their feathers nearly crumbled to dust, sitting in an ink pot. Next to this ink pot, let's have you roll a perception check. Vesper.
Okay. Give me a moment. Nat 20. 23.
You're incredible.
Second nat 20 today.
Vesper,
My second.
there is a blank piece of parchment. Cracked and worn with time, you don't think it would be usable, but on top of it sits an ancient, rusted ring. Cracked nearly in two down the center. As you grow closer, you see that all of this rust is a pulsating purple light.
I go closer. I put my hands behind my back and I look closer.
This is definitely magic. It is deeply magical. You can feel the arcane energy off of it radiating like nothing you've seen before.
Is there anything I recognize about it?
You can roll a history check. I'll give you advantage. Because you've already learned a little bit about this ring.
Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, the Lady of Dread Omens, the Seeker of Three Crowns, Princess Nintra Ciata, had an arcane focus, like all wizards do. When she was banished from the realm, her arcane focus was confiscated. And from what you know, the Queen of Darkness attempted to destroy it. It was thought destroyed, but from what you can tell, it is still technically in one piece. You can also tell that there's nothing inherently evil about this ring. And that some degree of power of its former wearer is still imbued in the ring itself.
Lovely. I call the others over sort of to come see it, but can I try again to identify it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get another Arcana check.
How are we finding all these things?
I'm like relaying sort of what I
so
know a little
sick.
bit as
But
I'm like
not-
running my hand over it.
Not finding
Really
your
nice
friends.
story.
I know.
Finding everything
21.
but Rosalie.
All right, this is the Ring of the Deathless Secret. It's the ancient power focus of Princess Nintra
The
Ciata.
person I said we had no allegiance to.
Well, you didn't at the time.
This ring still contains a trace of Princess Ciata's power that can be channeled by a proficiently intelligent spellcaster, perhaps for a more moral cause than it served in its past life. From what you can tell, in order to attune to this ring, you have to have basically the maximum intelligence a natural creature can, meaning that you will not be able to attune to this if you have an intelligence of lower than 20.
I have an intelligence of 20.
Those who are attuned to it become its master. Its master has advantage on intelligence saving throws, obtains the feat Spell Sniper, and has advantage on intelligence ability checks.
Oh my god, Papa.
Furthermore, once per long rest, the ring's wearer may use an action to cast Armor of Agathis at 6th level without consuming any spell slots.
That's hard as fuck.
Furthermore, once per long rest, the ring's wearer may cast Gate without consuming a spell slot.
Oh, hell
We're getting
yeah!
home, baby.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Jenny said, fine, you
We
dumbasses.
ain't
Fine.
stuck here. We ain't stuck here.
I'm terrified of what is coming. That Jenny's been so nice to us.
I'm so stoked.
And so did you say you said though that it was cracked, right?
It is cracked, but it is still wearable.
But it is okay, just
It's
so
cracked,
I
but not
can
nearly
note
into,
that.
like, it looks like someone tried to destroy it and thought that they made it all the way through, but it's still being held together.
Being held together. Awesome. Then yeah, I take it. How long does it have a specific attunement period?
It attunes instantly as long as you have sufficient intelligence.
Gotta
Cool.
protect Bess at all costs.
Then yeah, then I run a hand over it and cast mending to fix the crack, and then I slip it on my finger.
Perfect. You slip it on your finger and you feel power unlike known power pulse through you. As Aspen at this point has like turned around and is standing by the door staring at it, waiting for Ian to open it so that he can lead you back out of the library. He seems to have decided that this was the wrong path.
Ian just shakes his head and is like, I hope that's useful.
I mean, I guess it's a good reason he brought us in here, but also Aspen, my god.
As you exit the library and proceed in what Aspen appears to think is the correct direction, I accidentally just stretched Aspen out as opposed to leading you. We switch to Rosalie. In fact, we switch to everyone as you exit and find yourselves walking down a flight of steep stairs. Rosalie, you follow this glowing orb of light which dissipates and enter this cave and find yourself what appears to be a more formal dungeon. This glows with light. There is no one here, but it is obviously imbued with some kind of arcane fun. You first catch sight of Essie.
Is that where the light goes to?
Yeah, the light dissipates right about here, and you can see Essie's like familiar tall, willowy shape at the end of the hall.
Essie?
No names!
Yeah.
I'm going to see you!
Can Fleur
We just
see
go
Cami?
Fleur, this is dim lighting. You cannot see Cami, but you can hear Rosalie. And you know that Rosalie texted that she had Cami with her.
Fleur starts running towards them. The voice. I feel like we all are.
Yeah, we're probably reuniting.
Rosalie's probably just limping because I am holding Cami up these steep stairs.
Is Macbeth like around here?
Macbeth is just like chilling out here and appears to be staring at the like a statue of a wolf and is kind of like barking at it like he thinks it's a real dog.
Sus, but we'll get to that later.
Aspen barks at the other statue for a little bit, seems to realize it's just a statue, and follows you.
There you go.
Macbeth places Ruby!
Are you okay?
Like Rosalie's immediately gonna touch their faces. Oh
It's
my
us.
god.
Biggest
Oh my
hug ever.
You guys are so warm.
You're so cold. What happened? Are you okay? Are you safe? Are you hurt?
How'd you guys get here?
Fleur?
Wait.
Cami?
Fleur?
Yeah. I have
Fleur
Cami.
like runs like I don't know if she can see yet, but she just fucking grabs Cami.
Rosalie will grab Fleur's hand and lead it to Cami to make Cami's weight distributed onto Fleur.
Yeah, Fleur takes all of Cami's weight very easily.
Cami, as tired as she is, wraps her arms around you and goes,
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
What are you
I'm
apologizing
so sorry.
Cami.
Did you get my text?
I didn't. It was just blank, but I got it.
You didn't get my text.
Cami,
I'm so
I am
sorry.
so. You
I'm
don't
so
have
sorry.
to apologize.
I
I'm so glad you're okay.
She then looks past you to you, Ian, and goes, Ian, I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry? And Ian
I
quickly
should've
takes
told
off his
you.
jacket
I know.
and like places it around Cami, and he's like, "Yeah, that's okay. I've learned a lot, and we're
I
coping."
figured it out, Cami. It's okay. You don't have to
I should've told
apologize.
you. I thought
No,
it would be
it's fine.
safer if you didn't know, and obviously I was wrong, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry. I was so
Cami,
cold to
I'm
you.
sorry I wasn't
just
there to
didn't-
protect you.
I just didn't
I
want to
wasn't
put
there
you in
to protect
danger.
you.
But
I
you didn't
know,
have to
I
protect
know.
you. I'm so
Cami.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
She's
just
apologizing.
sobbing on
I
you,
know.
totally exhausted. Ian, like, you slide your jacket around her and realize that Rosalie's blanket is around her as well, and she just basically like falls into your arms, Fleur, and you can feel her crying but also falling asleep on you actively.
Is there anything we can do for her? I feel like she should be
Can
asleep
it-
right now.
Go home, but I don't know
We
where.
can get home.
How did you guys get here? Can we go that way?
Well,
No, but I can get us home.
Can?
I think so. With and I like hold up my hand. I think I can cast Gate with this, but only once. So we have to be sure.
Well,
We didn't come for anything else. We've got Rosie, we've got Cami. Nobody's here to stop us. We should probably go now.
As you converse,
yeah.
you hear a chitter
It's like
noise.
it's not that easy.
And a tiny little creature appears from a tiny little hole in the wall, staring up. It has pointed ears and skinny frame, and it moves so quickly you can hardly see it. It chitters up at you. And grabs the hand of whoever is closest. I need a D6.
I don't know if I can see the new map. I don't know if that's just me.
Can you guys not see it?
But which
No,
new
we're
map?
on the
Yeah, we're on the
one with the library.
Ooh, let me you guys. Sorry about that. Okay.
No, all good.
Oh!
It appears and
Fancy.
grabs Ian's hand and begins to pull you, Ian.
Ian tries to pull his hand away.
As
It's
you
like-
try to pull your hand away, more of
Yeah, I
these
feel like
tiny
we're all in the
blue
middle now.
creatures emerge in front of you.
Which way are they leading us?
They are leading you. Oop, I also didn't change which one the stream could see. They are leading you. I have to open up the correct page. Sorry. They are leading you up this flight of stairs, this spiral set of stairs.
Oh no.
Don't you dare go with them, Ian.
I don't want to go with them. Maybe we should just go now?
Maybe we should, like, are these things like attacking Ian?
It's just holding my hand?
I don't like that. That's not good.
Well, you're not going alone. If you're gonna go, we're not. At least we're coming with you. And Fleur starts to follow, I guess.
Cami, Rosalie, they're not. They've been in the.
I've got
for too
Cami on my back currently.
long. Ian just kind of like sighs, and then is going to reluctantly follow this chittering creature.
Rosalie will follow with Ian, and she'll look at Ian and be like, would you like some light?
I mean, I can see just fine, but maybe for everybody else.
Oh, I was talking about the tunnel.
Oh, I can still see okay.
Okay.
I'd like the light. I would like the light.
Oh, I cast light.
Ian like scratches his head and he's like, "Are you okay though? Like, are you hurt?"
I'm just a little tired, but I feel a lot better now that you guys are here.
We
Go
were
do
really
what
worried about you.
And Rosalie smiles to that and holds on to her necklace. And I would say she feels a little warmer, but
Does Ian notice that it's different? Can
You
I
can
do like
roll
a
a perception check. You can roll perception. You're gonna have disadvantage because you're an 18-year-old boy, and I don't know if that's the kind of thing you pay attention to.
That's fair.
Fleur and Essie can roll with advantage if they want to know. Vesper just rolls flat.
I got a 7.
I'll roll with advantage.
that was a nat one.
Oh, it wasn't that one. Never mind. I don't
Oh.
recognize jack shit.
Essie, Fleur, Rosalie has a new necklace.
Oh my god.
That's pretty. Where did you
Rosie.
get that?
I
Oh,
love it.
you like it? Gold's
Yeah.
not typically my color, but I met the my lady.
What?
You're like,
You
you're
met?
what?
Yeah,
Like
she's
your god?
yeah, she's just as beautiful and just as loving as I thought, and she's the one who led me here to you guys.
Oh
And
my
so-
gosh.
Ian's gonna throw out his hand and place it on Rosalie's forehead to see if she has like a fever or something.
Ian!
As you touch her head, she flushes red.
But she feels otherwise normal to the touch.
I mean, her head feels warm because
because
She's blushing.
Ian like just stares at her. Are you sure you feel fine?
Oh
Yeah,
my
Ian,
god.
yeah,
Stop
Ian.
She's been in the cold.
Yeah.
I'm just. just checking.
No, we saw. She was there.
You saw her too?
She made me feel alone. It's like when chicken soup.
Rosie, I mean, that's huge. Congratulations. You have to tell us everything.
As you walk up the stairs,
Later.
you emerge.
Oh.
You
Who is this gentleman?
seated on a gigantic ice throne in front of you is a towering woman, maybe 10 feet
Oh,
tall,
who's this lady?
with black hair, sparkling eyes, and she smiles at you. A look that doesn't quite reach her eyes. She says, well. The prodigal child returns. We will be back next week on the Tabletop Tavern. Thank you so much for joining us. We're coming up on our season finale. We are at the penultimate episode here.
Oh my
Thank you so much for
God.
joining us. The next episode is the penultimate. This was the antepenultimate. I don't know if that's a word in English.
It is.
in-
don't think-
Big word. Good
Yeah.
job. Proud
Thank
of
you. Well, it's Spanish. Antepenultimo.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
So,
what
but
that
like, I
means.
didn't know if it was a word in English too.
It
So, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next week with some intense drama. See you soon, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Next time on Tabletop Tavern.
What kind of tone is that to take with your mother, dear?
I can't.
It chitters up at you like,
Well,
happy Taurus
No.
season. I'm feeling generous. Would you like a redo?
If it had a whammy bar, I'd do that.
Oh, yeah, Biddy, now we're rocking. Holds out their hand, and from his hand shoots out this long line of lightning, and you watch as these two creatures burst into flames and are completely decimated. You have never had any real fucking trauma. You have you have so much fucking trauma.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Tabletop Tavern. Don't forget, if you would like to watch the show live with our audience on Monday nights, you should follow us on Twitch, as well as our other social medias, which you can find in the description box down below. Tabletop Tavern is also available on podcast platforms, so if you would rather listen to an episode during your commute or while you're cleaning, you can find the links to that in the description box as well. We hope you have a wonderful week, and go Griffins!